세러데이 쇼다운, 립샌드박스 대 농심 레드포스.
But imagine if it is the Nautilus mid or the Nautilus jungle and they go like Lulu.
Yeah.
And you're playing Braum into Lulu, you're going to be feeling pretty bad. As, yeah, Doran back on Gnar duty. So this is a peak KT composition, I think. BDD, right, on a champion that has a lot of agency, is able to start off fights. Keen on a carry, Cuz in a facilitative role where he can do a lot early. Synergizes really well with his top side as well, particularly, you know, the 2v2 of Sejuani and Jax. Really strong.
It is time for our first game. KT taking on Genji.
There's no AP threat, right? Most of the damage is going to come from Chovy and Pace, so Counter-Strike gets insane value. But on the flip side, you're also playing into a team with a ton of CC. Between the Gnar and, as mentioned, Braum and Maokai, actually getting access is going to be very, very tough. Is teleported back, but his wave definitely is in dire need of some fixing. And Keen can just kind of leave. Oh, he's going in though.
Peanut in a great position to start this one off. Twisted Advance is going to be there. The flash has to come out, and there's the flash to follow. Keen going to get hopped on. Does manage to leap out, utilizing his ward in his back pocket, but that is a flash. So they don't have to worry about the ultimate, as there is a bear in the mid lane. Rocket jump forward there from Chovy, as he's going to have to get out of there. There is a very angry bear, and you can't put out that fire, unfortunately. Not as this Tristana. Yes, you are dressed for the part, but I don't think it is actually functional.
Keen.
This is the Jax top lane gank? Okay, Keen's going to move on in there, and Chovy is going to miss all of this CS. Yeah, and Doran doesn't actually know. Gets the information a little bit late there as Keen has pressed his ultimate button. The hop does come through, but Permafrost is going to be there. The prison is down, and Cuz will pick up first blood. But as far as tank busting is concerned, I mean, Tristana is one of the best in the game for it, right? You can build almost everything that has to do with melting tanks, and they can build as much armor as they would like, and you just generally still manage to turn them into butter. So maybe not necessarily quite as much of an issue, but does mean that itemization for someone like Cuz is then very, very comfortable. And already you're just a pretty good tank. As another bear comes down, it just bears. It is like a bear sanctuary here in this mid lane. Do they have those? We don't have bears in Australia, so it's confusing. As Cuz is going to get found by a tree. Chovy not going to be able to come and help him, though, because there is another stun as BDD so aggressive on this Annie. Man,
should not be allowed to get a kill here. We also see Keen moving over.
Teleports coming from everywhere. The Nature's Grasp come down, but can they actually get there in time? The Drake is secured by the Aphelios somehow as the Whirling Death comes in, and he gets the cash in, but can they actually stay alive in the fight? Chovy's already dead. Delight as well. Doran's going to have to try and hop out, but it's a leap strike for the double, and Keen is flashing to get even more. Peanut does make his way out of there. KT win the fight, but the cash in does come forward. BDD, can he actually get the kill onto Pace here? He doesn't have flash anymore.
Pace is sitting on 2,600 gold, and a large part of that was picked up just now. Essence Reaver now done.
Okay, well, Keen is dead, guys. Trying to get out of there. Just the explosive shot is going to be enough.
Definitely him.
Gravitum Severum here for aiming. Now gets the Infernum out. Chovy in position. Hook is going to connect onto Peanut, who is just going to evaporate. Dies so quickly. Cuz locks this one down, and now it's the aiming show in this pit. Decent little knockback there to stop Keen from being too much of a problem, but they still have to vacate the area. Pays just gets dove on by the raid boss Jax. The Prom King's underneath the turret as well, as Chovy is taking lamppost after lamppost to the noggin. BDD uses his whole health bar to help tank as Doran just gnars Keen towards the turret, but Keen does not care about it. Going to be coming in here as Peanut has started it off already. They managed to find BDD on the flank here, but can they actually win is the question. Peanut's right in there, does manage to take their first dragon, but he's put in prison immediately afterwards. Keen dives forward, but he's been shown the door. A lot of tanking being done. Three-man gnar from Doran. Could this be the moment? Keen was tanking forever, and the Aphelios is just doing whatever he wants. Aiming is untouched in the fight, and yes, Peanut manages to get one back, but he's now just stuck in the plants as a plant himself. It's a little bit sad as over they go. Oh, that was almost very, very cool from Lehens, but they'll be able to get a turret for it at least. And as now he's just going to walk towards Doran and Delight, I guess.
Pace is so far behind, right? 2.5k gold here on this Draven.
All right, that's a fadeaway jump shot into the hook as well. Massive massive knock-up with the depth charge, and they just say goodbye to Delight. But it's another big knock from Doran, but he's just way too weak. There's nothing he can do. Max range hook! And Lehen says, remember me! I now play for KT, and we're going to kill your Nexus. Because he's just been everywhere he needs to be. Now he's going to find Peanut. The flash forward, another hook is going to land. The POG Wanters are battling for it here, and Aiming's going to be able to grab that kill thanks to both of them. And yeah, that should definitely be the Baron. And now Delight wandering around. I have a feeling he might just be dead. There it is. Santa Claus is going to get a present of his own. And there is no way he's getting out of this one. BDD grabs that kill, says thank you very much, and Gen G going to be looking towards game number 2.
Contemplating flashing, but wouldn't have done anything, so decides to hold onto it, and oh, they're not done. They're still going.
Oh, the Goon Squad of Tibbers, Annie, and Nautilus. They do get the ward in, and yeah, Doran is very dead. BDD sends Tibbers away, and they give the kill to Aiming. All right, over the wall goes the Q as over the wall goes Doran as well. We'll see how far behind they actually are, because this is a decent little start to the fight. Doran's going to have to get out of there. Does manage to do so. It's Keen. Dives on top of the Draven. Where did he go? I know it's a just disappearing act Houdini Draven here in this game, because he was there for a second and then he wasn't, because this Jax is just too huge. Chovy, you're not going to be able to put out this fight no matter which skin you choose, and the inhibitor going to go down. Next one surely to follow. Or just Nexus turrets. They might just take this one and then choose to end the game. As Chovy's going to get teleported on here. The last man standing underneath these turrets. Don't think it's going to be enough, and KT will just get to work here. Hook not going to quite be there, but Aiming, he can flash forward. Chovy just going to rocket jump to the base. And Lehen standing stalwart, giving them the double thumbs up. You love to see it. And KT will win game number 1 extremely decisively.
KT?
Look at this damage difference for Aiming and Paze. Like, we haven't even been talking about Aiming. You mentioned earlier that they shouldn't have even been able to win that lane. They crushed the lane.
At this point, I'll trust Keen. Like, I'm trusting this man.
I think Ornn fits the composition way more, so he's going to play that one instead. Okay. I would have loved it if he had just insta-locked the Gnar and then lost, and we went to 3 games.
So Ornn is better. Ornn is actually amazing here, because the one thing your composition was lacking was reliable hard engage. Now you have a great front to back. You have early pressure. You have a lot of lethality with that Volley Baron Annie combo. And now you also
Annie? I'm ready for that. 3-game sample size now. That is so much sample size. Let's get into game 2. Okay, Aiming is a little bit far up here as Paze did the wraparound, but it looks like they're going to be okay for now, just losing a bit of that health bar. Severum going to help out.
There's a reason why you can give like a tiny bit of auto range and it can completely change so many matchups. BDD.
Yeah, Chovy going to get that body slam down. Very nicely done. Good flash as he gets the double incinerate stun as well. Still, BDD had to burn that flash, so a big win for Gen G, but it looked very cool on BDD's side.
Ooh, Kaz could be doing a lot of damage here.
He does come out of that brush. The Rolling Thunder finds the target. The thing that I'm looking forward to seeing here on KT's side is when we get Bear and Cat roaming together, because that is a lot of power. Stand aside to come in here as Paze presses his cleanse button just to make sure that he can get this aggression down, because he's rolling on in. The flash comes out from Paze, and Kaz not going to be able to get the stun. Paze now trying to turn it. Nice prowling projectile onto Paze to slow him down. A lot of pings out here as the Bear is moving towards mid lane. Chovy's going to be checking it. As good little stun to come down. The Bear to follow up as well. Which Bear? Tibbers is the one I was talking about. As Paze moving on up as well. So Chovy once again low on health, but still not going to be too worried. Did have to flash in that instance.
And Peanut standing on a ward here.
Oh, because we're standing on a barrel, there's another one as well. Good shield to come forward as they should be able to take him down. Oh my god, he survives for so long, and now Aiming is moving up. Will be able to grab himself the killer's delight. He cannot do anything when he's by himself. They trade back nicely, but first blood over to Gen G. He's already 20 CS down, and they're trying to take him out of this one. All right, we'll be able to get some knockups here. Stops the Vault Breaker. There he is, trying to get out of there. Bellows' breath is decent as Chovy trying to tank it up. Keen, is he going to be able to get a kill back? The answer's no, because Peanut's the one that picks up the aggro. Beautifully played. Keen did everything that he could to try and avoid that, but Gen G were too good.
Crazy considering how often she's been hit. Oh, another one.
Yeah, that's the flash forward. Not wanting to waste any time here as the cease and desist comes in, and Keen says, all right, I will have to desist. And in fact, the game will will desist as well. That would be illegal.
That's worse.
You know how there's like a forbidden item was purchased in this game?
Yeah.
That is a forbidden lesson.
Forbidden
to be
language.
taking on broadcast if you want Atlas to come to work tomorrow. Together.
3, 2, 1.
Go.
Hey!
Hey! Wow, it's much more responsive than I remember. As here we are, goodbye item, and back goes a BF sword and a critical. So
On the other end of the wall, but not going to be the case, as now Peanut is far ahead of this Volibear.
oh yeah, and Cuz now gonna have to try and get out of here. Does so with the ultimate as gets knocked up to Peanut, but the engage. They've just caught aiming out of position, and he is eradicated. The cat to follow up as well as Doran just destroys the Volibear underneath the turret, and KT have fallen apart.
Like retaking control when there is so much extra places to hide for the enemy team. To friend you, to deny vision is really, really rough.
Yeah, Keen
Is this Ornn?
probably does not want to be here. He is without an ult and without a open in heck. Surviving that one. Yeah, well and truly dead.
Keen and Doran receiving the same treatment back to back.
Does have, you know, yeah, it's not going to really help out. Zonya's very cute. As Doran just going to dive in, look to try and get an engage. He does take the entire kitchen sink, but that is still going to be a kill for the Draven. The Whirling Death flying through. Doran still stays alive. This guy's just huge. The counter-strike so big on the re-engage, and it is a double in the end, a triple kill, sorry, for FaZe. And yeah, Gen G, they have so much money, they have so much power, they still have the Baron buff for another 30 seconds, and they are going to keep pushing.
Trying to beat the time that KT had in game number 1. Gen G pushing on here. Death times are very short, but with AD carry still alive.
Yeah, Keen, super dead. Peanut is going to help lock down another one. Unofficial quadra kill there for FaZe. The unofficial Penta stolen away. Oh, maybe an opportunity here as Cuz is back alive once again. But the Nexus, not going to be so much. So Gen G to even out this series and really making short work of it after we came back from the pause. Really hope that they can sort of refresh their mental moving into the next game. As you can see, big differences in a lot of these numbers that we can see on the screen. The one surprising thing, I guess, is the fact that Keen was punished so much but still did the most damage on his team. I think they did actually play Zeri Singed. I think that did actually happen at one stage.
Probably one.
But here it is. It is going to be Tom and Jerry there towards the bottom side. So the Rat and the Cat back together once again. And this has been a combination in the past that has been very, very powerful, of course.
It has been such a... Even when Renekton was at his strongest, was a really good counter pick into it. Can completely neutralize a lot of what it does. Oh!
And I was actually going to talk about this, because if you have the Gragas on your team, Kindred's value then goes very high up, right? Because you can put down Lamb's Respite, and then Chovy says, no one else is allowed in here. You know, sizes seem a little bit weird there, because Rats, I think, are generally smaller. But let's just hop onto the Rift for game number 3.
I would say no, because a tree is also not an animal.
I would say it's floor, isn't it? As Sneaky FaZe spotting them out, and it begins. So, is Zeri broken enough to deal with Tom and Jerry?
Yeah, will he make his way over? Keen should be aware, especially due to the Kin remark, that he cannot walk up.
Well, there's the slice. See whether Keen is going to be able to survive this one without flashing. The answer is no, because he had to do so. Peanut takes the turret shot, isn't too worried about it. And good start already for Gen G. Getting that flash out from the Renekton will alleviate a lot of issues. Speaking of issues, here towards this bottom side, Aiming and Hands are doing a great job. And here is a dive attempt. Cuz is real squishy right now, taking so much. He just explodes. Not entirely sure what the plan was there, but I don't think that was the outcome that they were going for. Yeah.
갖다 따요 실려야 돼. 이거 안 닿을 것 같은데 안 닿을 것 같은데. 탈진에 그냥 제리한테 걸어줘요. 보임 이거?
Yeah,
I agree.
I think that Cuz thought that he would be able to tank enough early on, that because he's obviously waiting, right? He wants to wait to grab aggro until he's actually...
Dance of Arrows means that, yeah, Peanut can do basically whatever he wants as, all right, Toxic Cask goes down, and yeah, that is a lot of damage. FaZe also taking a lot back because the turret exists, and Peanut and Chovy look kind of okay with that. Orbit Deception flies through, but not actually going to find too much more there. I say Peanut and Chovy, but Delight was there as well. I apologize.
I want to also highlight that it's only 2 marks for Peanut as he tries to go in.
Okay, that's a teleport. Don't know about that one, but the eye, I think, isn't going to be picked up. We don't have Nature's Grasp as Keen has dove forward. In goes Doran as well. Late Counter-Strike to come in here as over the wall goes BDD. The Everfrost is fantastic. The Dominus going to be flashed from Keen, but oh my goodness, the Rat. He pops up and everyone goes boom. Kindred.
Very important distinction. I think people otherwise might be confused.
No, I could imagine, and so I just wanted to clarify as much as possible. I'm not going to lie, I think the pause did kind of make me go a little bit loopy. Okay, aiming, yeah, that is a point-blank Rat. The flash, and it's not enough. Contaminate going to be able to take down the Zeri. And this is the problem, right? You give him a couple of kills.
The Zeri walks up and kills him as Keen in trouble here.
Oh yeah, teleport going to come down as well as Nature's Grasp just to try and keep him alive. Body Slam as Chovy comes in will slow him down there. Everfrost comes forward. That sets up the easy 1-2. However, King won't go down without a fight. However, he will definitely go down, and Gen G continue the push. His 2 items now completed. Chovy going to be body slamming over as good charm is going to connect. Doran in a bunch of trouble, but he flashes to get himself out of the way. The final chapter doesn't really do a whole lot of work as Keen teleports in. As KT. Keen does need to be standing in front. But A's going to jump out. Lahens could be in trouble here. Does speed himself up, and now the final chapter going to come down. Gets another flash out of Keen. KT, they will get to relative safety. The cooldowns are looking a little bit dire.
Gonna need to be a hero play here. Somehow, some way, KT need to catch anyone. Can be Chovy, but he's sitting on a bench. He has a stopwatch available as well. Dora,
Gonna find the body slam. Goodbye, Lahens. Keen's gonna go down as well, and Chovy just walked past them and said, no, I'll kill these guys. And he absolutely did. Nature's Grasp, what's that doing, cuz? He's going to dive on top of Peanut, but he doesn't win that battle. Now BDD and Chovy mano a mano here towards the top side. Doran comes in. He didn't get the memo. This is a 1v1. Chovy's like, Doran's a 1v1. Now I have to leave. And he is going to do so. As now Gen G, if they'd like to, they can grab themselves a Baron. And I kind of agree. As level 16 hit here for the Jacks. And nice. Charm is going to connect there onto Doran, but still he does have Leap Strike. Nature's Grasp going to come in. As the turret is going to be taken. Nice work, Keen. Bit of money into their back pocket. However, I don't know whether it's going to be enough, as the cask is going to bring Lahens into the open arms of Chovy. And yeah, Keen did get that turret, but now he's going to have to come back home, and they're missing their Lulu. Some desperation now as Peanut going down very low. Remember, Haslam's Respite is going to be able to use it. BDD goes golden. Doran does the same thing. Aiming is just melting, though, as Pays at full health, and he will just keep them in their fountain. Not a lot of options now for KT other than watching their Nexus go down. And Gen G, after getting kind of bopped in game number 1, really turning this one around to very one-sided one. 0 kills for KT here in game 3.
That's good.
Slip up once, and then this happens. 10k damage ahead is Pays.